You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
You could open it and find out.
Oh, well, Matt's
I'm
trying.
gonna open it, but
Matt's
the
trying to
snake's gonna fly out.
Put just Matt, is there a
Real
snake in
snakes.
there?
Man, did you put your snake in there?
There's a snake in your chips.
Who walked over and put this?
I really don't know.
Where did this come
I
from?
have no idea.
Wow, incredible! What,
Well, I'll
guys?
back
We
up.
got a mystery on our
Might be a
hands here.
battery in there.
Somebody.
I knew it!
Why did you still jump?
That was awesome.
That actually was very impressive. How far it went.
Yeah. Oh,
I guess I'm used to the ones as a kid that suck.
I knew it!
yeah, the ones as a kid
I
were
really
like,
didn't.
I knew it!
I was really hoping we got some nibbles.
I mean, it doesn't look real.
Yummy.
this canister alone feels like more than the net weight that it says it is. Like,
I'm so
Oh, 5
angry.
ounces?
I was
5
so
ounces.
hungry. I was ready
That's the
for a
Yeah, that
giveaway.
is
That's
kind
the
of
giveaway.
One chip.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, you get.
appetizing.
man, that smells weird.
It looks
Trevor
like.
did how he says a local Austin thing. I
Well, he's a
go,
piece of shit. It's
Well,
fake
yeah,
chips.
I'm the one that put it there, and
It's
then
fake chips.
what?
You tried to chip baby.
Well, I just put
I
it
don't
there.
think he tried.
Oh, dude.
I don't
Oh,
think he succeeded.
dude.
If it-
Oh, man, that's gonna
Yeah,
that's gonna
look,
smart.
I'm doing this stand for you.
That's
Do you
gonna
like
Thank
this?
you, thank you.
Smart.
Poke him. Poke him.
What the fuck is going on?
What is going
It's
on?
only Thursday. We got a whole other day after.
Yo,
shit.
brain
My-
melt settled in for
my-
me yesterday.
My
It came in
brain is
early.
fucking liquefied.
Yeah.
And Jell-O.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, you're probably running on fumes and liquids and whatnot after 27 and a half
That is true.
hours of
There was that.
me,
Right?
man.
There was that.
Damn it.
What'd you do?
I just collapsed the whole thing for it to. Okay.
Oh,
Anything
Papa
come is
Shot,
gonna
I
get
wasted your
me.
time.
My
go
eye
ahead.
itches.
Okay, gotcha.
This thing is making my every part of my skin
where's-
itch.
Where's the top?
Right here.
Don't worry about
Oh.
it.
He's got to reload it.
Anyway, yeah, I'm tired. I'm always tired anyway.
I was
Kids make
impressed
you tired,
with the I was impressed with the length of you guys' playthrough.
Yeah, it was really long. What happened? There was like a reset. Like, you need to bust it down for me real quick. Because I
Oh.
was like at PAX, in transit, so I could only tune in here and there.
Well, we started it, and
That was your
you know, I've been around the block
Right,
once or
right.
twice.
You
with
dabbled, you
some
dabbled.
games, and especially this one. And so, you know, off camera, Joe made Alfredo and I start on hard, is what we came up with. We decided Joe made us do it. Joe said, you better play on hard or you're gonna look soft.
Okay.
And we got
You want some
scared.
chips?
And so I started on hard.
Does it again.
And let me tell you, this game is difficult. Like more so than the original. They've upped the difficulty. There's a learning curve because it is a different game. It's very
Right.
obviously you benefit if you play the original.
Right.
But it is a different game. And it's pretty difficult at points on standard. But what I appreciate is it's difficult kind of like momentarily.
Yeah.
In like, fuck, this one fucking part is hard.
Right.
But never is it like, oh my God, this whole fucking game is too hard. You know
Sure.
what I mean? So on hard, it was even worse. And we were making progress. But for hey, we're gonna play this until we beat
It would take
it,
too long, for sure.
it was just like,
I mean,
and so I
would not do that.
I had to dip out for like an hour early on, and so Alfredo took over for me. And I was keeping an eye on it as I was gone. And before I got back, I went, there's just no hope.
You must have making it a progress.
Again, myself included, but I just went like,
There's not.
I just went, do I tell him? And that's everyone, like Alfredo, Jaren, and
Right,
I just
right.
went, it's not worth it. And so like I got back, I walked in, and you and Joe were hanging out. I'm like, oh, cool. And you swap out, I get back in, I'm like, nice. Everyone's like, yeah, we're up to this part. I'm like, cool. Check
Joe
this
and
out.
I go off
And
to get lunch.
I just took the controller, I pressed start, hit new game. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, I got it. And he's like, you're joking. I'm skipping the cutscenes. I run right to the first typewriter, and I overwrite the save. And I go, and there's no going back. So here's the thing. We got to restart on normal. I thought about it. The math just don't add up. And Alfredo, it was hard for him to accept at first. But that's why I didn't tell anybody. I just
You
made it
just did
happen.
it.
How
Then
far-
Jaren started going like this.
Right.
How far did you go?
So we were 4 hours in.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to remember where we were exactly.
So it was a big, like, there's basically a big bowl type area where there's 3 levels. There's a couple, like, wood shacks, and you kind of go up
Oh, it
a little
was.
spiral in
Oh,
this canyon area. And
That
you're blowing-
area sucks.
There's like 15 people, and then
Well,
another
you
15
guys were a good
people.
chunk after that, though. It was like after the
That's where he
village
lost
chief's
all
house.
of his ammo.
It was like after the village chief's house. They were just
okay.
past that.
It's like near the quarry. or
when
whatever.
it's after the quarry,
Mhm.
right? Like the quarry is where I left,
Yeah, so you're like right by.
or not the quarry. I left when I got to the merchant, and the whole backward section we talked about.
Yeah.
And so Alfredo did all that, and then after that, up to like you get to the house and you got to do the spin door lock. Did you do the door lock to open it?
Like
the pattern?
Yes, it was
Right.
just
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it was around there when you get the fucking egg in the
Where you
oven.
turn the token around and put it in.
You get the. So it was about
That's
there
Not very far.
in like 4 hours.
Well, they
Yeah.
got there again pretty quick.
I got there on normal in like 90 minutes.
Yeah,
I
I was
just
gonna
kept
say,
I just
like-
kept saying I have to pull the band-aid off. We're gonna be here all day.
And
Yeah,
that-
I
so
mean, the game
and
would
so
not have gotten easier.
it
from that
was
point.
it was a
Like,
20 I think it was about a 27-hour
Makes sense.
stream. Almost 27 and a half
It was,
hours.
yeah, about 27.
And but the game that we beat was like 23 and a half because the first 4 we just reset.
Right.
So
Was
that's
it
what
because you realized, all right, these enemies are bullet sponges, and so when you get to the end game, you invariably won't have enough ammo to beat the boss? Is that what you were kind of
No,
calculating?
what I was
too
calculating was
long.
we're gonna be here for 57
Yeah,
hours.
Because it's just that
It's
yeah.
just
I
too
mean-
hard.
I mean,
that's what I was
it takes like
calculating.
And like everything's different.
I was
or
just
new.
calculating we're gonna be here till Tuesday.
Yeah, you can't rely on any old gimmicks you
if I
had.
don't fucking right. There's
Yeah,
no tricks.
like
I know.
everything's like you. If they are, you haven't figured them
it
out
was
yet.
just
like,
like,
you know
oh
what I mean?
fuck,
Yeah.
it's this hard up front.
Damn.
We are not gonna pick
And it's
up
not new
stuff.
game
True.
plus.
4
like,
hours
you know what I
in,
mean?
what's it going to be
We're
like?
4
15
hours. We're
Right.
4 hours out of everyone's saying
Right.
15. This was never gonna be 15.
Right.
We're 4 hours of I'm thinking like 20 hours. It ended up being 23 and a half. Don't get me wrong, we fucked around in the wee hours.
Sure.
Yeah, I heard y'all were
I don't-
gambling.
I don't give a shit if
and,
they're
like,
fourth quarter.
y'all were gambling.
We were playing gotcha.
Okay, that's
There's a
what it was.
gotcha game, but we had to get people loved the target practice.
Yep. Oh,
They
that's what it
loved watching us do target practice for like 90 minutes.
Dude, you can spend so much time on that.
Oh, let me tell you,
It's tough,
It's
too.
even harder. It's harder. Let me tell you, there are 1 or 2 I did at home, and I'm like mouse and keyboard. I'm not afraid. I was like boom, 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 but it was like God, that would have taken me forever on controller.
Right.
There's also a difference between being this far away on a monitor and like up on a big
Up on a
TV on the
TV.
wall, dude. It was. And being awake for 20 hours. And we're
Yeah.
like,
Sure.
I'm gonna get all the skulls. And Jaren's like, stop doing shooting gallery. He's like banging on the window.
hour and a
He's just like writing threats on the window.
Come
You
on.
need like a Jaren window
Dude,
cam.
dude,
man.
I
there was a
need to
point
go
where
home.
we started the 4th
He's
one.
like,
There's
I've got
4.
10 children. Jaren, what?
How
11 by the
His
time
secret
we were
life.
Right.
We started the 4th one, and I just had to. I gotta leave for Jaren. I gotta leave, and like, cause we finished every other shooting gallery. I'm not to say finished. We had to get like S rank, and so we're
Okay,
being
so you got-
real dickheads
okay,
about
you're
it.
being
And we're like
God.
20 hours
Like
in, we're
so-
going.
I mean,
sweaty.
there's an achievement.
Yeah, but it's me and Alfredo, so I love the game, and he's sweaty.
Right,
at
right. It's perfect
shooting,
combo.
right?
It's
And so I'm
perfect.
just like, and he's going. It's the only time he's coming in, and then he would get in, and he'd use mouse and keyboard, but it's that dog shit like $2 keyboard.
Right.
Right.
And he's trying it.
membrane
So I was like, all right,
keyboard,
whatever, we'll move on.
like-
There's one more point in the game, because it's like the first game, there's 4. But then they show up 5 times, and the last one is just like your last chance to do any of them.
Yeah.
And so we get, well, I'm like last 2 chapters of the game, like trying to barrel through whatever. And we get to one where I walk in the room, I see the merchant. There's like an elevator door, which I know goes to shooting gallery. I turn, I start walking. Alfredo was like, do you think Jaren's sweating? And I go, oh, he saw the fucking elevator. And he's just like, he's just in the room just shaking his head like, no.
Shaking his head like, no,
He's like,
no.
Jaren's like, I'm
He
holding my
saw the
breath. Like, don't go down there. Dude, he was like, I think Cameron told me, because I like take breaks here and there, bathroom breaks, whatever. I walked out at one point, and he's just like, yeah, Jaren was talking to the security guard, and he's like, he was telling him, you guys are doing all the shooting galleries. And he's like, oh man, we're gonna be here all night. It was fun though. It was real fun.
Did Jaren and Cameron end up staying all night?
Yeah,
with
they
you
were
guys?
here all night,
Oh,
and
yeah, dude.
Shelby.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Shelby was here almost all
yeah.
night, if not all night.
Nice.
It was,
Such troopers.
yeah, it was wild.
It was a good stream. I love it when
Sarah,
we do that.
Sarah came and brought breakfast too,
Oh,
which was
nice.
very nice.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
She was hitting everybody up saying like at like 8 or 9 in the morning, like, hey, it's still going, because I think we all went to bed going, they're probably gonna finish in the night.
It was like 1
Wake,
o'clock.
waking up and
It's like
and
1 p.m.
that was
And that's
gnarly.
why I switched it to normal.
You would have still been playing.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
2 days at least.
I can't
Holy
even imagine.
God.
Minimum.
Yeah.
It's pretty challenging on hardcore.
Dang.
It was just weird because I was
Especially
playing
first
it
run,
and I was
yeah.
like, man,
Yeah.
I'm almost out of ammo. I'm about to die.
Oh, yeah.
I have to run away from these
Oh,
people. I've never done that
But it's
before
more
in this
fun
game.
that way.
It's true. I mean, I learned that they have kind of like a limit to how far they'll chase you because
It's also the game has a limit where you go, oh, I'm out of ammo, because like you know the way we play, we live in seas of ammo, it never happens.
Yeah.
When you start running out, they just shit it out for you.
They do.
It's
Yeah.
not like it literally doesn't ever go like, well, you have nothing. It's always like, here's 10 more rifle bullets. Like,
Yeah.
well, here's 2 more of this. And so it's like I'm not used to playing where I'm going. Like, you know, getting bullets. I'm usually going, what else
I
do
got
I
so
have?
much,
You know
right?
what I mean? But it still gives it to you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And fortunately, the game is very generous with like autosaves, which is why again that mode is cool. I like that more games are adding different game modes that aren't just harder. Like overall, it makes them more difficult, but it's not just they do more damage. It's like, oh, you know this autosave? It's gone.
Right.
You can still save as many times as you want, but there goes your autosave.
Did
That's
the AI change
that's
it all?
Huge.
With like, did the AI change it all with regards to
monsters?
like? Because I saw some people like memeing on like some dodges
What
that they
I-
would do, and they like it would mess them up because they'd throw, it would dodge,
they've always
and then they
done that.
spit, and then you're like, fuck.
Yeah. They've always done that. What's really interesting in this game is, and this is mostly based on like processing power. It's like your computer. But in the options, there's a bunch of options of like, how many, like, do you want a little bit of bodies remaining or a lot of bodies?
Oh, like on the
Yeah.
floor? Like
Like
after you
just
kill
forever,
them?
yeah. And I'm like, oh, a lot. Like that's all. Like it straight up would be like, it's gonna take more shit. Just leave shit around,
Right,
the
right.
ground. But like, fuck yeah,
That's
give me many. And one of those options is like more animations for the models.
That's cool.
Or, like more complicated
I like
animations.
that.
And so I'm like, I don't know how much that directly actually ties to like difficulty, right?
Right.
Like, and my first thought was like, somebody's gonna be like, oh, just leave it on this mode because it's easier because they have less. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right,
somebody,
like, yeah.
somebody's gonna get the
Enact
strap
it.
for it. So
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what's better, but I immediately turned all that shit on that was offered. Oh, there's more like, which again, it's straight up like it's weird because it kind of sounds like almost like a filter, you know, of like violence, kind of like blood
Sure.
on and off.
Yeah.
But it's more of a processing thing where it's like severed limbs and shit.
Yeah.
Like, when you sever a limb, it just kind of falls, or does it like fly through
Fly?
Right.
Oh,
the
no.
yeah, so
Oh,
the whole time
no.
we played it, that wasn't turned on because I think it's off by default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I turned a bunch of that shit on. And like, it's not, whoa, it's just kind of happening. But it was cool that I don't think I've seen a game with like that
That's
many
cool.
like visual effects.
Right,
Where it's
right.
like, hey, if you've got the power of your computer, just turn all this shit on. There's just like a bunch of, the bodies thing is the coolest.
Oh yeah.
Because it's always, I don't know, it's always more satisfying to be like, I've been here.
Well, like,
You
it's
know
like
what I mean?
immersion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you
Oh, yeah.
leave a mess. You know what I
The
mean?
experience.
I mean, I love at least the fact that, as far as I could tell, unless the timer is insanely limited, shit doesn't fucking disappear. From me.
It
Yeah.
doesn't seem.
Like
It
items.
doesn't instantly just go.
No, because I mean, even in the 4, it'd be like a minute. I just mean
It-
like an item would drop, and if you don't pick it up, it's gone.
Oh god,
Right.
got it.
It doesn't do that anymore.
That's nice.
She'll last forever.
Because you're like, well,
will
let me finish
go
the
away
fight. and-
eventually, but you've
it's gotta be insane.
You've got to be like a little far away from it.
You have to, like leave the whole area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
like-
again, right off the bat, it's like the village, you know, because when you're
Yeah.
fighting all the people in the house, and if you end in the house and the cutscene takes you outside, it's like, run back to the house. You like run back in before your shit starts disappearing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's like, oh,
I feel that
my
one.
computer's
I
not
feel
gonna
that.
delete it. You know, it's like when shit starts blinking, you're like, no.
Yeah, the beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
like, get it to me.
I was in it's like the fish farm or whatever, and I was
Is that when
down.
you fall?
Yeah, where you fall. I was in like the lower level, and some dude was just shooting at me from the top, and I was like, "All right, fuck that guy." Shot him, killed him, and then he dropped like 6 things, and I walked up there after exploring the farm, and none of that shit was there.
No.
Oh,
So,
damn.
it-
Okay,
it
but it was
might
like a
be-
big roundabout.
It was like a little bit of a
Interesting.
roundabout, but it also might have been that I was in the lower level, so
You're,
I
like, a
got
different
What if there's an
I got
animation?
far
one
enough
of the,
away that it was just like,
one-
nah. He
one of the
didn't
extra
want
animations is him going, I guess you don't want
it. I
it.
guess you
Yeah, it was
want
just
it.
like up.
And then
Dude,
he dies
I'll
again.
take it.
Dude, one of the coolest fucking animations and like gameplay elements, like this is how you make like an upgrade. People fucking falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like if people are running up at you at the stairs, you shoot them, they'll like get
They can
stunned,
trip?
and then they'll actually like fall backwards and roll down the
Oh,
stairs.
that's cool.
That's fucking awesome.
Listen, I'm a fan of ragdoll physics and simple stuff
Yeah.
like that because in the early like knots, right, when we were kids and games were coming around, like
Astro.
not everything had ragdoll physics, and then it started to trickle in, and so
Yeah.
it was kind of novel, and so it's forever stuck in my brain as something really cool.
It's just a thing that rarely is it really cool and also very helpful. Thank you. You're rolling back.
Right, well, that's also
for
true.
me. Get the fuck away.
Right, but I'm thinking more like Minority Report, which I've rented. I rented from. My mom was like, "You gotta
The
buy
game,
this.
not
You
the
gotta buy
Yeah.
the movie, the game.
Yeah.
You gotta buy it. You're spending too much." But I'm renting Minority Report just to poof,
Right.
to like cannon blast people off the building and watch them go. Or you tase them and they instantly throw up. But
I've never played
Yeah.
that game. I'm gonna have to check it out.
I don't know if it holds up. I just know Kid Me loved it.
Daggone right.
You remember the ragdoll game where it was like someone's just like a crash test dummy falling around a bunch of bubbles,
Yes.
and you could put whatever's face on it, and you could like drag it around and like throw
Yeah,
it.
isn't
and,
that
like,
like addicting games or something?
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, I think
that
I know
was
what you're talking about.
Yep, and you could like squeeze them through little gaps. Yeah, that was peak ragdoll right there.
Listen, don't get me started on browser games.
I might go play it now. You know.
Have you ever heard of Kitten Cannon?
Ooh, I don't know if I
kitty
have.
See.
do like Kitty Cannon.
I do.
We're gonna
I
have
do
to
know
talk.
that the
We're gonna have
cat
to
game
talk.
where you're not supposed to push anything. 'Cause
No,
if you
no,
do,
no.
the
Kitten
cat
Cannon's
like, or the little
you-
puppy will
you
get
cannon
blasted out of a
kittens,
cannon.
You know, you just launch them.
Stilt
Yeah,
fellas.
McKees.